So, welcome everyone to the very first episode of the Synergy of Sacred Soul Sisters. And I'm Julie Connor. I am the facilitator of a beautiful program called the 33 Pillars of Consciousness, which is done through Patreon. We also have a healing practice and a clinical thermography practice. And Jane is a very dear friend of mine. Jane, you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I am the creator of Empowered Feminine Leadership, and I work with teaching women presence so that they can step up in their leadership. And Julie and I have had the great fortune of being together for over 4 years now and creating a beautiful relationship that we're constantly nourishing and working on and building into something beautiful.
That we are, aren't we? And I think one of the main purposes of coming together and doing these talks and gatherings that will organically unfold as we're guided to is that we're really here to inspire women to create authentic, heart-centered, and meaningful relationships. And that can be applicable to all relationships, friendship, spouse, significant other, working relationships. But for you and I, our journey has been this ongoing development of such a deep, sacred bond and understanding and navigation of how to truly be there for each other
Mhm.
and support each other. And so we can talk a little bit about what our own journey is and why this has brought us to this place
Mhm.
of wanting to share it, right?
Yeah, and that's what's going to come out over the coming months. We'll see how popular this is, if people have a resonance with it. But Jules, let's just talk a little bit about what brought us here. Why is it so resonant for you? What is it that speaks to you, your heart, about wanting such a deep relationship?
Well, I think for myself, I've been on a spiritual path and a personal development my entire adulthood, deeply delving into it in the past 20 plus years. And my sense was, even though I'm in these courses and classes where there are women that are on that same journey, that there was sometimes this little bit of competition or clickiness or um, just something was missing. And I know for me, the ability to be honest and really kind of bring all of who I am into the relationship has always been important to me. And, you can be told you're too much, too little, not enough, more than enough. And I craved to have relationships that can hold all of who I am and I can show up fully, and vice versa, wanting to hold space around friendship. So it was really important to me. And what I've noticed in our relationship, because love was always the forefront of anything we had to say or share, the ability to show up, we created this space again and again where we can do that. We can talk about our disappointments, our hurts in relationship to each other, not just in the world, but in relationship to each other. And have fun. I mean, it's not just, our ability to laugh at ourselves, laugh with each other, laugh at each other,
Mm.
uh, and to navigate that in such a safe, sacred container was really, really important. And
Mm.
I know that I couldn't show up if that container wasn't created, and that's co-created. That's from the two of us
Mm.
holding that intention. So why was it important to me? I think it's important for all women to be able to relate authentically
Hmm.
honestly,
Yeah.
compassionately, forgivingly, lovingly. Yeah.
And I sense also that it's until you delve into it more, because we didn't know where we were going.
Mhm.
We did not have a blueprint or a map of how to get where we are, and it's still constantly evolving. But because we had I don't know, the guts, the courage to keep being responsible for our own stuff when things came up, and it was not easy many times, we've been able to find those next levels that just keep expanding our love for each other, our respect, our honor for each other, and have more fun and all of that. But I sense that a lot of people don't sense what is possible in a really deep relationship.
And I think, Jane, because relationships can be challenging. And
Oh,
when people are challenged, it's easy to want to run in the opposite direction or
yeah,
point the finger,
yeah.
right? Relationships challenge us. And we've been challenged
Oh, yeah,
personally, professionally, and within our own friendship.
yeah,
And how you navigate that challenge makes all the difference.
yeah.
Whether that grows the love and the closeness
Mhm.
and honoring of each other.
I can very much remember the beginning part of you and I being together. That, well, we met at a training
Mhm.
program, and that was in Denver, and we were in out of 200 and I don't know 30 women. We got pared down into a smaller group of 8 women, and we liked each other immediately. But it wasn't that continued into the months that followed very much. It took about a year for us to start to realize, oh, this is a really interesting person, and there's a possibility of making this a deeper relationship, because we live far from each other. You're in the New York area and I'm in the Ottawa area, so for me it's a 10-hour drive to get to your place. I mean, we don't see each other physically, but um, that whole opportunity to slowly move towards it and see the opportunities that were there, that we went past some of the blockages that our mind loves to set up. And you ask me, you say at the beginning that you wanted somebody to be able to really hold space for you, and to be so that you could be all that you are. It's been challenging for me to be able to do that, because I have a habit of putting people that I think are amazing up on a pedestal, and you're definitely one of them. There's so many amazing things about you in terms of your skill sets. You can do this and that and whatever. You do it all, and you do it so, what it looks like, so effortlessly. And for me to be able to accept that I can have such an amazing friend took a lot of work for myself, to be able to hold the energy of being an equal with you. And not an equal, I don't have to do everything the same, but just being an equal of, yeah, I have my own things that I can offer. And that's a big part of my journey with you, has been that.
And I think for me, my initial attraction to you was your capacity to hold joy,
Mhm.
right? You're just this beautiful light, and your beautiful smile, and a big beautiful heart, and a big beautiful presence, right? There's an enormity to who you are. And I think there's also, because of that, and the energy of me can be pretty enormous. There was that kind of like, oh, she's big and I'm big in my personality and we can be big together, right? And yet that bigness is very different.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different. So in navigating the needs of what your bigness required versus mine, hence the journey.
Yeah.
And my heart's desire in kind of offering our talks for other women to kind of cue in, listen in. It doesn't have to be just women, right? But this is a sacred sisterhood, a rising of friendships and a deepening of friendships, is that they can kind of take the nuggets that we've learned and the skill set that we use to keep the flame going and to keep the growth pattern of what we can hold individually and collectively through our sacred synergistic friendship, um, and to learn from that and to use that, right? Hey, we're navigating some tough stuff, um, and some wonderful things as well, right? It's not all tough. When you came here to visit in New York last year, I think it was like a giant dance party. Right? We laughed and we danced and we danced and we laughed and we didn't get into the nitty gritty of things. I think there was one time where I was like, oh, don't tell me what to do in my house, Jane. Gotta go easy on me, Jane. And and I said it again with so much love, and you were like, oh yeah, I could see that. I could.
Mm-hmm.
Then you were like my right hand girl without me even asking for anything, and that's beautiful. So that's my intention, really, is to give the gems of what we've learned and share the tools that we use
Mm-hmm.
to navigate in hopes of other women, inspiring them to either continue friendships that they may have thought aren't worth continuing, or to find something in themselves that they can bring to relationships where they feel more meaningful and rewarding.
And also for me, I'll add to that is that if in some shape or form that the women who are attracted to this, we also have something to learn from you and how you've navigated. And we'll try and find a way of have that sharing possible. We may end up going live one day. This one is just recorded, and we're going to let it go as we want, as we feel guided to. But we can see this going more live so that people can come in and comment and have some discussion going. I also want to just share I've had a deep passion for sisterhood, a pull towards it for about 15 years that has been, I can't explain it, why it keeps pulling me. And I do have a couple of sisters, biological sisters, and they're lovely. And we meet once a week online and we talk together. And yet there's something bigger that's been pulling me towards sisterhood. And for me, it's global. And I still haven't fully made sense of it, but it reveals itself more and more. And I just think there's something really special about it. The capacity that women have to be able to come together and to support and nurture and honor each other, and to use that as soul food to fuel your day and your life, and to be able to bring that to the people that you touch in your life. So that's it in a nutshell. So why don't we leave this until we'll do another session soon and we'll share it. And whichever format that we share this in, we would love to hear people's comments. So feel free to get in touch and give us an idea of what you would, do you resonate with it? What would you like to hear more about as we evolve this beautiful project together?
Thank you, Jane. Thank you everyone for listening. And like Jane said, please reach out, share your comments, questions, a topic that you would want to discuss, and we'd love to bring it. So big love
Bye,
to you.
everyone. Bye.